Guys, hold on. Before you stuff me in a toaster, let me explain. Now, I know criticizing one of the best shows out right now is not exactly a pro gamer move, but I do have to live up to my name once in a while. I'm not an old school Bleach fan. In fact, I just recently watched it sometime last year, so this isn't nostalgia speaking. It's just purely my opinion after watching 7 episodes of the new Bleach. Everyone knows what Bleach is at this point, but for those that live in North Korea, first off, I hope Kim doesn't catch you. But basically, there's these ghost-like things called hollows that show up, and a guy named Ichigo goes around and kills them so they don't fuck up the town. Now, Ichigo's actually a human. That's supposed to be these guys called Shinigamis that do this job, but for whatever convenient main character reason, Ichigo's stronger than the average Shinigami, and so he ends up doing it. Also, the hollows are attracted to him and his family to an extent, so he doesn't really have a choice, considering how incompetent most Shinigamis are. The formula for Bleach, as with all shonens, is fairly simple. A major problem shows up, Ichigo's not strong enough to deal with it, he gets smacked, powers up, and eventually wins. Rinse and repeat that with the overall plot and you got yourself Bleach. But what makes Bleach special to so many are the transformations and characters. Bleach has a very interesting cast, and Orihime, and the transformations are often amazing. Now, we have the old Bleach and the new Bleach. Bleach started airing on October 5th, 2004, all the way until March 27th, 2012. In that period, 366 episodes were made. Basically, the entire manga was covered one way or another, besides the final arc of the series, the 1,000-Year Blood War, a whole decade later. And we finally have the sequel airing, which is here to finish off the last bit of the manga. And let me just say, this adaptation is amazing. But wait, why do I think the old Bleach might be better? Well, let's compare the two and find out. There's no doubt the sequel is eons ahead of the old Bleach in terms of visuals. The new art style is sick, animations are phenomenal, and it outdoes the old in every way. However, let's not forget, Bleach started airing in 2004, and while not groundbreaking, the old Bleach still has rock solid art even by some of today's standards, which is impressive to say the least. But sadly, we live in 2022, so new Bleach is still taking this by a landslide. I don't even need to think about this one. The original had some of the most phenomenal soundtracks of all time in any anime. Every opening is a banger, and the sequel still reuses a lot of the same soundtracks from the original, showing how timeless some of the music choices were. This is an easy win for the original. Obviously, the characters have not changed, but many of the GOAT characters of Bleach are gone. Aizen is now a side character, Hiliquira, I don't know how you say that. Gin, and Khan also gets no screen time. This isn't the biggest deal, but the old Bleach definitely did have more variety of characters to play with. Hopefully, the sequel can build up these new characters that it hasn't introduced, but for now, this is definitely tipping toward the original for me. Warning, major opinion ahead, don't get triggered. Alright, throw everything else out the window, because this is to me how the old Bleach might be better. While this new adaptation might be one of the best we have ever seen, sadly, the content itself doesn't have the best writing. I feel conflicted. On the one hand, this is some of the most hyped shit I've ever seen grace the screen, and yet on the other, there's times when I can predict major plot points from a mile away, or shit just doesn't flat out make sense. I'm not going to go into detail for spoiler reasons, but specifically in episode 6, a lot of this was apparent. Everything was done phenomenally from an adaptation standpoint. They even added the old flashbacks that added so much to the scenes, but that Kinbachi fight made literally no sense. The power scaling seemed to be all over the place right now. The older Bleach arcs used to do a much better job with this, but now all of a sudden we have these side characters that make captains look like a joke. And by the way, where were these characters in the previous arc when the world was about to, be destroyed? Maybe there's some answers that haven't been revealed yet, but overall quality of the writing has been worse than what I'm used to for Bleach. Well, I know I just pissed a bunch of fans off, but trust me, I do love Bleach. The old one was super fun to watch, even though I almost watched it a decade after everyone else. But it's one of those animes that has solidified itself as one of the GOATs in the medium. This adaptation is amazing, but in my opinion, the writing is a bit iffy at times. I've also heard that the ending is somewhat rushed in the manga, and I hope that the anime explores the arc further and expands on what the manga does. Whether or not you agree with that is of course a personal aspect, but even though the new Bleach might look a billion times better, the old Bleach will always have a place in my heart. With that being said, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you disliked it, give it a thumbs down. If you're mad at my opinion, leave a comment down below and we can discuss this further. Subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you guys next time. Bad Anime Takes, signing off.